guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, as you can tell by the title, today we're going to be talking rare beauty, and more specifically rare beauty eyeshadow palettes. I decided to do a review on these and really give you guys my full thoughts and swatches and a demo, so everything about the palettes today. Recently I did upload a video on my channel doing a first impressions, trying out like a full face of rare beauty, and that video did go really well. I really enjoyed a lot of the products I tried out, so I decided that I would sit down and solely review the eyeshadow palette, since these are something that actually really intrigued me and really impressed me too. So these are limited edition palettes that Selena came out with. We have Confident Energy, which is more of that blue toned palette. The packaging, first of all, on these is absolutely stunning. I don't think I've ever had a palette that I've loved the packaging as much as I love these. And then inside we have some beautiful jewel tones. So this one features some blues and greens, this gorgeous gold and copper shade, and then this like duochrome green, and also a peach shade. And then we have Magnetic Spirit, which is this one right here, and the packaging is more like purple and peachy. This is the one I'm wearing on my eyes today and will be featuring in the demo. And then this one contains some beautiful purple shades, as well as this gorgeous green and some more peachy neutral shades as well. So before we get into the review, let me show you guys these swatches on these palettes. Alright, so now that you guys have actually seen the colors and how beautiful they are, you can see that they're very pigmented, very metallic, and just an overall really nice formula. So swatches are a really good indication of a palette, but of course the true test is seeing how they apply on the eyes. Now, in my first impressions video, I used this palette to create a look, so I'm not going to use it today in the demo since I've already used it in a video. So if you want to see that, I'll link the first impressions video down below so you guys can really see this palette in action. But today we're going to be using this one on the eyes to create this like peachy purple look that I did today. So let's get right on to the demo. So since the palette does not contain any matte shades, I'm going to use my Milani Most Loves Matte palette, which has some purple and warm tone shades that kind of match the energy in this palette to do some like matte transition and outer corner shades. So I'm going to dip into this creamy like orangey shade right here, and I'm just gonna pop that right in my crease and just start working it back and forth like so, back and forth, back and forth. And then I'm going to dip into the shade right underneath, which is a little bit deeper. Place that right down there and kind of take this into the crease as well a little bit. Now I'm going to dip into this plum purple shade with just a brush and start placing this not in the center of my lid, a little bit off to the side of my lid. It's a very beautiful shade. We're going to do like an ombre effect going from lightest to darkest. It's just overall a beautiful shade. And I'm going to dip into the shade right beside it, this deeper purple, and place this right beside. And then I'm gonna take like a bit of an angled brush and wing this out slightly just to give my eyes kind of that cat eye shape. Then I'm gonna go in with this beautiful like duochrome shade. We've got some like pinks and purple in there. So gorgeous. It's very metallic, so I'm gonna place this on the other side. It's kind of got like those blue tones in there too, like overall just really pretty. I'm gonna use my finger a little bit just to pick up some more of it and just place that on the lid. And I'm going to take more of the middle shade, since a lot of it did get covered up, just to mold the two of them together. Then on the very inner corner, I'm going to take this peach shade And apply that to the center, like the very inner part, and blend it into the purple. I'm gonna kind of place some of this metallic shade kind of over it, since it's like one of those shades that you can manipulate with the type of eyeshadow you put underneath. So there's that. Just gonna highlight my inner corner with this beautiful champagne shade. Such a beautiful highlight shade, perfect for that inner corner. I feel like you could even get away with using this as a face highlighter if you're light with it, since they're pretty pigmented and metallic. For the lower lash line, I'm kind of going to repeat what I did on top. So I'm going to take the dark shade, concentrate this on the outer corner, kind of connect it up too. And then I'm going to take the shade beside. I'm going to blend this one a little lower. And then I'm going to take some of the peach and bring this in the inner corner. So there is the eyeshadow. As you can see, everything applied really nicely, very pigmented, and I have like barely any fallout on the bottom here. Considering how like sparkly these shades are, I don't mind a little bit of fallout, and it just whisks away, like it didn't ruin the rest of my makeup or anything like that. So I'm gonna go repeat this look on the other eye, and then we'll be done with this makeup. All right, so now both eyes are done. I'm gonna do a little bit of lip product. I'm gonna line my lips real quick with my Rimmel liner in the shade Coffee Bean, and then this Rare Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Courage. I kind of want to try something a little bit different today. So I used the blush shade Bliss on my cheeks today, since I wanted that like peachy look. And I'm gonna take a bit of this, actually try putting it in the center of my lips. Really liked how that turned out. And then I'm also going to be trying out a new product today. Just thought I'd include in this video since we're talking Rare Beauty. This is the Rare Beauty Dewy Lip Balm in the shade Thankful. I'm gonna go ahead at that over top. It's very nice and moisturizing. So there's the finished look. As you guys saw in the demo, these shadows work really, really well to apply beautifully onto the eyes and create a really beautiful look. Now let's kind of talk about my thoughts and my review on these eyeshadow palettes. All right, so I will say when I first saw these, I didn't think I would be interested in them, just because I like palettes where I can have some mattes and some shimmers, and I can really complete a full look without having to use another palette. But when I saw them in person, I'm like, you know what? Maybe that doesn't matter as much to me. I have so much other makeup in my collection that it's easier for me to grab a matte palette and use it alongside of this. Now, I know for some of you who are just looking for that one essential palette, I will say this is probably not that for you. But if you like experimenting with, you know, color and shimmers and stuff, I would really look into these palettes because they're actually really, really beautiful. Each palette does contain 6 shades, and I find the color story in each to be kind of interesting. So even though this palette, like from the outside, you think it's gonna be like all purple tones, and you know, there are 3 purple tones in there, you still get these nice shades in here that you can do other looks with. So I find that even though each palette only has 6 shades, you can actually do a lot of different looks with them, and you can incorporate them with other palettes to create a lot of different color schemes. So in here, I like that you have a highlight shade to use. This peach is actually really gorgeous, and you have even a green tone in here to kind of play around with. The purples are really nice. I do have to say my favorite shade is this duochrome right here. It's really, really pretty. I thought they were going to be very limited in what I could do with them, but I find the complete opposite now. I feel like I can create a lot of different looks. And even with the other palette right here, you know, you could do a look with this like blue shade all over the lid and just have a very vibrant look, and it will turn out really, really nice. You could also do something similar with the gold like I did in my first impressions video. I used like the gold, the green, and the brown, and I created a really nice like earth tone look. You have this beautiful peach in here, and then this green that you could also use like as a highlight shade, which is awesome. Here are the 2 peaches in the palettes. As you can see, the one in Confident Energy is a little bit more on the pink side, and then the one in Magnetic Spirit is a little more on the warm side. So they are definitely different, but I did want to show you guys that in case you're wondering what the difference between the like more peachy shades are. So it definitely depends on you which palette you're gonna lean more towards. I personally like off the bat, I bought this one first just because these are definitely shades that I would go more towards, like the gold and even like the pop of blue and stuff I found really pretty. But I do really like the purple scheme as well. So the next topic I want to address is price range. I actually think these palettes are pretty well priced, if that makes sense. Actually, everything in the Rare Beauty line isn't you know, overly priced. I mean, they are at Sephora, you're not paying like drugstore prices, but they are still like a pretty good price, I would say, compared to a lot of other things at Sephora. So I do like that about them, that they're kind of like in that middle price range, so it just makes it more like widely available, I would say. So last but not least, I do want to address the actual formula in these. So I think the formula is absolutely gorgeous. I'm trying to explain the formula right to you guys. So it's one of those formulas that, you know, when you like swatch it, it can feel a little bit like more sheer. But when you apply it to the eye, they just apply so beautifully. They have this gorgeous glitter in them that looks really beautiful and metallic. And now I will say they do apply better with your finger, just because your finger is able to pick up a little more and pack it on more. I don't recommend necessarily wetting these eyeshadows, just because with the type of formula there, I feel like they're gonna very easily create a film on top of them, and then you won't get that pigment that you're actually looking for after the first few times you use a wet brush on them. So I would either just use a packer brush, and they do apply nicely, as you guys saw in the demo, with just a brush. And then with those, you know, shades that you want just that extra oomph to, that more metallic shift to them, just use your finger and that will work out perfectly. Other than that, they blend really nicely, they work really nicely all together. You know, you can really manipulate them, but they also last a really long time. I find that I don't have like a lot of creasing with them, and as I showed you guys in the demo, fallout is pretty minimal. You're gonna expect it with those darker, deeper shades, so just keep that in mind. Fallout isn't something that bothers me unless there's a ton of it. It's something I can definitely overlook in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, overall, I really enjoy these palettes, and I wanted to do this review video in case some of you are looking into them and you're not really sure either which color to get or which one you think you would like, or if you'd like the formula. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I really love these palettes. I think they're awesome. Let me know which palette is your favorite. I would have to say this one, but it's really hard because they're both really pretty. If you want me to do any more videos on Rare Beauty, reviewing any more products in the line, let me know down below in the comments. But other than that, please subscribe if you haven't already. Also make sure to turn on my post notifications so you get notified every single time I upload a new video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.